On this week's show, Jeff Johnston revisits Randy and Pat Kolb to find out all about their first 6 months of RVing and RV ownership. Plus, we'll show you a new instant hot water system that really works as it's supposed to. These stories and more on this week's Rollin' on TV. Closed and Spanish captioning, where available, is sponsored by AquaGO. At AquaGO, we've been making family dreams come true since 1968.
Greetings. Regular viewers to the show may remember a few episodes back, we showed you a little segment about Pat and Randy Kolb. First-time RVers bought their first ever trailer, in this case a Lance, and we followed along through the dealer pickup process, the inspection, the walk-around training, and a trip up to their first campout. Well, that's been several months ago. Pat and Randy have had quite a bit of fun in their trailer, we hear, and they've also been making a few modifications to it. And a trailer like this comes very well equipped from the factory. It's got everything you need for comfort. But RVers, like a lot of vehicle owners, of course, they like to customize their trailers a little bit, or their RVs in general, and come up with little things that make life with the trailer a little more comfortable. So, hey Randy, how's it going?
Hi Jeff.
Well, it looks like you've obviously done a few things to the trailer here.
Yes.
So even though it's well equipped, you're finding a few things you'd like to do to it?
Yeah, it comes with all the the comforts of home, so we've really enjoyed it in our camping, but there's some things we wanted to add to it that meet our needs, and the bike rack would be a good example of it. We love biking, we like to get to a campground and take a ride, and so we had to find a way that we could carry bikes. So this is one of our first mods. It's made by a company called RVers in Canada, and it can hold 1, 2, or 3 bikes. We got the 2-bike configuration. Basically, these clamps up here clamp onto the frame of the bike, or the neck, or the
down tube or something.
The down tubes, one of the down tubes, holds the bike very securely.
I couldn't help but notice this strange little round device. So what exactly is that?
Well, that's our level. It's made by a company called Hoppy. And the interesting thing about this level is that it provides both forward and rear and sideways leveling. Basically, what you do is you turn this dial until you get the bubble centered, and then you read on the indicator how many inches up or down you need to go.
I remember you had started out with a conventional weight distributing hitch that had the spring bars and the conventional head and so on, and here's a new model. So tell me a little bit about it. Describe this, kind of unusual looking.
Yes, it's a hitch that's made by Anderson, and it's a combination weight distribution hitch and anti-sway built in. And essentially what it does is replaces the tension bars with a neoprene large washer here that compresses and adds pressure through the chains that then is distributed to the hitch that's located on the car.
And then this fits up here someplace? I mean,
yes, and so this would attach underneath the ball on the car, on the tow vehicle.
I see. It just pins in there with the quick release.
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. So when you get to your campground, you unpin it, just drop off, and then you can drive away. And then when you come back, you repin it.
Well, Randy, that does not look like any equalizing hitch head I have ever seen.
No, it's different.
There's almost nothing to it.
That's right. So that's one of the things, I guess, that helps make it lightweight, so it's easy to take on and off and carry around. Under here, you see the place where that triangular plate would attach.
Yeah, the hole for the pin for the quick release.
And then the chains would come back and up, and their tension then applies the downward weight distribution pressure that makes the hitch operate.
And it looks like the ball is mounted in some kind of friction material or gasket or something in there?
Yes, another unusual thing about this hitch is that the ball actually turns, but underneath here it's in a cone shape that's fitted into a brake material that compresses around it. And so the more exertion that's put on the ball, the less it wants to move.
I see.
And that's what makes its weight control.
So the weight of the hitch, in effect, provides the tension, and that cross piece that goes under here with the chains on the ends, that's what provides the resistance to turning.
Exactly.
Is the tension in the cone. Well, ingenious.
Yes, and like I said, as you turn, no noise whatsoever. It's a carefree roller awning for the slide out, and what we found is after the first few times of camping in the Northwest here is all sorts of pine needles and leaves and twigs and sticks and all sorts of debris would be up on the slide out. And so we wanted to protect the slide-out seals, and so I purchased this and added it myself. Took a couple hours, a great little project.
And how complicated was it to install? Is this something you'd recommend for anybody?
Yes, oh definitely. Just needed a drill, and it came with great directions, and it just went right on.
Nice sealant and all? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yep.
And it's been doing the trick?
Oh, absolutely. Works, goes in and out,
Okay.
and keeps everything off the
Right.
roof.
Good. Sounds great. Well, let's go inside and
Okay.
take a look at what you got in there.
Great.
Okay.
So Jeff, before we go inside, I would like to talk a little bit about our hot water heater. Well, this is one of those hot water heaters that's continuous heating.
Okay.
So supposedly you never run out of hot water.
Okay.
Which is a great concept, but we found this kind of finicky to operate. In order to get the right water temperature, you have to control both the flow of the water and set a temperature. It's a little bit sensitive, and so sometimes you might be washing the dishes and you turn the flow down a little bit, which causes the unit to feel it's getting too hot. It turns off, and then suddenly you're dealing with cold water.
Okay.
It took about a month for the parts and all to finally come in, and then it immediately didn't work again.
Okay.
So we were a little bit frustrated, and the folks at Guarantee were kind enough to pull a heating unit out of another trailer and put it in ours so that we could go camping. So
And
they
now
did a
you're
nice
good?
job on that.
And now you're good? No problems? Or?
Well, now we have the unit that's working, but as I mentioned, it's very finicky.
We'll tell you more about Randy and Pat's water heater solution in a future episode.
Coming up after the break, we'll see what other changes Randy and Pat have made on their new trailer.
Simply put, Thetford's AquaChem has outsold all its competitors combined because it's the strongest holding tank deodorant available. It provides the strongest odor control around the clock in all temperatures and conditions. It quickly liquefies waste and tissue and is 100% biodegradable. AquaChem, the industry standard for 50 years. For more information, visit Thetford.com. AquaChem, another great product from Thetford.
Never run out of propane again. With Level Check, there's no more guesswork. Just run the gauge over the tank, and when the light turns from red to green, you'll know exactly how much propane you have left. It's that simple. Level Check, another great product from Truma. For more information, visit levelcheck.com.
Welcome back to Rollin on TV. We continue our visit with Pat and Randy Kolb as they tell us how some first-timer camping experience has led to some modest accessory additions to their first RV. Let's go inside the trailer and take a look and see what else you got in there that maybe is working a little more functional than this.
Okay.
All right. Well, Randy, tell me about this bar here. This looks like something that wasn't on the trailer originally.
No, I added this. It was another simple little modification, and basically it allows you to open and close the screen door much easier than when you had to open this window all the time to open and close it.
Yeah, that's a little handier than having to grab hold of the frame or grab onto the release lever here.
And when it's attached to the main door, you can also use it to close that.
Wow. Well, Randy, this looks new from the last time we saw the trailer.
Yes, this is a little countertop extension. I actually bought the piece from Lance. They offered it as an option on some of their larger trailers.
Oh, okay.
And I saw it and thought, hey, that would be great. I'm the one who washes the dishes, and it makes a tremendous amount of difference in getting that extra counter space. And then when you're done, it just folds out of the way. You know, it's funny how some of the simplest mods you do make the biggest difference. That countertop has made a world of difference, and a simple little addition like this, which is for a paper towel rack, really simplified things in the galley here.
I understand there's also a charger because you're a high-tech kind of guy. You had to have the USB thing, so you added a charger in there?
Right. We added a 12-volt plug that we can put the USB charger into and use it for our phones and tablets and laptops.
We've had to walk around the trailer, so why don't you go ahead and get Pat and we'll sit down and chat about the experience for a bit.
Great. I'll go get her.
That's good. Is there anything about this experience that has been unexpected to you? Something that you hadn't mentally prepared yourself for when you first decided on getting an RV?
I've been very pleasantly surprised with how comfortable and spacious this size of an RV has felt, because we originally thought we'd get something a little bit larger, and we decided in the end to not go larger but to stay small, and it's been just super. You know, we love it. I mean, the space compared to a boat, we can stand up very easily. We don't have as much curvature going on where you have to duck.
I know about the whole standing up thing, so
right.
yeah.
And it's just been very cozy, very comfortable. We've gotten, from other campers where we've been, we've had people come and look at it, and they're surprised at, even though it's small, how much it has to offer. I think we picked the right trailer to go with the size car we have. At first I had some trepidation with pulling, being the driver, doing the towing. And with our boat, it was very hard. The boat would want to push the car.
Oh, okay.
And so I didn't feel comfortable. But with this setup that we have, I'm feeling very comfortable being a driver. So it helps with the driving aspect and gives Ran a break, and we can go back and forth.
And Randy, you would recommend this to other people?
Oh, absolutely. We're just having a great time. And, you know, it seems funny to say it, but just sitting around a campfire at night roasting marshmallows is just a real kick. And you don't do that in a hotel.
Well, there you have it. Right from the first-time RVer's horse's mouth, so to speak. Randy and Pat have been having a pretty good time with their trailer, and it sounds like they have some really fun adventures coming up. Getting involved in RVing, buying your first RV, making it a part of your lifestyle and your family's recreational activities, it's not a bad way to go. Give it a try. You might like it.
Next, we'll join Jeff at the Louisville show as he finds an instant hot water system that really works. We'll be right back. Is it now the perfect time to turn your old pop-up tent trailer from looking like this to looking like this? Treat yourself and your family to a bug-free camping season with a new tent canvas from Canvas Replacements. To learn more or to order a new canvas, visit canvasreplacements.com or call 800-232-2079. Be sure and visit the new RollinOnTV.com, where you'll find weekly shows along with a selection of videos, stories, information, and the latest RV news. Our lifestyle pages are full of great stories about places to go, things to do, and what's new, written by our viewers and RV writers from around the country. And if you're into great food and drinks, then visit our food and beverage pages, where we'll get your taste buds up and ready for an Epicurean adventure. All this and more on the new RollinOnTV.com. Now, let's join Jeff at the Truma booth as he finds out all about the AquaGO system.
We're here with Eldon Wood at Truma. And Eldon, you're going to be telling us a little something about a new product you have that is not it's not a brand new type of product to the market, but I understand that you have solved the problems and you're going to really hit it hard with this. So tell us about it. What is it?
Yes, so the Truma AquaGO is what we call an instant water heater. So we have in the RV industry, we have our traditional boiler tank water heaters, which have been around for many, many years, as long as RVing practically. Recently we have had new technology come into the RV industry, this tankless technology, which promised endless hot water. And it had this theoretical idea that you can have hot water on demand only when you need it. The reality, though, is that a lot of times you have this fluctuations in temperature, and it's sometimes difficult to get fine-tuned.
Yeah.
So what Truma has done with the Truma AquaGO, our engineers have actually developed really more of a hybrid of the two systems. The boiler tank provides nice consistent temperature, but at a very limited quantity, where the tankless gives the theoretical endless water, but it doesn't really provide the constant hot water. So ours is actually a hybrid of the two, where we have our patented temperature stabilizing mixing vessel. And what this does, this helps to remove and eliminate any fluctuations in the temperature, so
okay.
that you, at the end of the day, you have good, consistent flow of 120-degree hot water coming out of the water heater.
120 degree. Wow, that'll do the trick.
Yeah.
And this looks like the same general size as the current hot water heaters that are so common in RVs today. So I take it that makes installation somewhat easier?
Absolutely. Really, when we were developing this product, what we were looking to accomplish was to make something that's simple and easy to install for our OEM customers, but at the same time be able to address the concerns of the existing end user customer who may want to improve their water comfort in their RVs. So this is the same dimension as a standard 6-gallon boiler.
Okay.
12.5 inches by 12.5 inches cut out. It's a little bit shallower in its depth, but it's quite simple to install even for the aftermarket. We have as well, for those with a 10, 12, or up to a 16-gallon tank, we have a special adapter ring as well so that you can swap that out.
Oh, I see. And is this strictly propane powered, or is it multi-powered propane, 110 volt, shore power, and so on?
This, with the instant water heater technology, it requires a lot of power in order to heat up the water as it passes through the heat exchanger. So the AquaGO is equipped with the largest burner in the market, 60,000 BTUs.
Wow.
And so it provides a lot of power to obtain that comfortable water temperature. But being true to our German nature, we also are very conscious about the environment and efficiency.
Sure.
So we've coupled this with our microprocessor control system, which regulates the burner to where it uses only the minimum amount of burner rate to accomplish to receive the temperature that you need. So to try and do this with an electric system would require far more amperage than what typical RV parks have with a 50 amp circuit. So this is why really for this solution, gas is the best.
I see. And I suppose because you're not heating a large tank of water, you don't have to have that much heat applied as long as if you were heating a whole tank of water.
Yes. So for example, the AquaGO has this particular model, the Comfort and the Comfort Plus. We have 3 different models. The basic provides 120-degree hot water as you call for it by opening the faucet. On the Comfort model, it also provides the 120-degree hot water, but it includes the anti-freeze protection for use during year-round. The Comfort Plus model, which is what this one is actually very innovative, because what it does is it heats the water throughout the entire hot water plumbing circuit in your vehicle. So the moment you open that faucet, you immediately have hot water and don't have to waste the water.
It's something like a circulating system where it's somewhat constantly, and does that use like a low amp draw electric pump of some sort, I suppose, to continually circulate the water?
Yes, so the electrical, the 12 volt electrical draw on this is very, very low. And as you can see here, we've demonstrated the average length of a hot water plumbing line in an RV. And you can feel that it's quite hot.
Yeah, you can, and yet I don't hear anything in particular out of it. So it's not something where you're going to get an annoying pump sound inside all the time.
Exactly.
Not like the water pump that wakes everybody up at night.
Yes. Yeah. So with the Comfort and Comfort Plus models, you have 2 modes: the Eco mode and the Comfort mode. The Eco mode maintains a minimum water temperature in the system of 41 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, Fahrenheit.
Yeah, so just above freezing.
Oh, okay.
So that way, unless it gets the system is at risk of freezing, it never comes on unless you open the faucet. On the Comfort mode, this maintains a higher minimum temperature of 113 degrees, so that the response time is much shorter to get your hot water at the faucet. So when you're in the Comfort mode, it acts almost like a boiler tank in that, although it doesn't have a boiler tank, really your plumbing becomes the boiler tank.
Oh, okay.
So instead of having 6 gallons or 16 gallons of hot water, you typically have less than half a gallon of hot water.
We'll get back to Jeff and Eldon right after a word from our sponsors. At Jayco, we're a lot more than just an RV manufacturer. We're all about family, and we've been making family dreams come true since 1968. To see our complete product line and find your nearest Jayco dealer, visit us online at jayco.com or just log on to rollinontv.com. At Norcoal, we realize that some of your favorite RV destinations are off the grid. And Norcoal refrigerators are uniquely designed with that RV experience in mind. We call it Freedom Unplugged. To learn more about our Norcoal RV refrigerator line or to find a dealer near you, visit our website at norcoal.com. And now we'll get back to Jeff and Eldon at the Truma booth.
I see you got a display here, and there seems to be what's cold water dangling in here, and then on the other side, this is your demonstrator for the hot water side?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. We're actually quite proud of this display because we worked very closely with the Louisville Fire Marshal to get approvals to use a functioning AquaGO in the stand. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we designed this. We actually have a refrigeration cooling system up top here.
Oh, okay.
Because it's closed circuit, and that's why when you put your hand in here, you can feel the cold water, which is around 59 degrees. And then that water feeds into the working AquaGO, which then makes the system hot through these pipes, and then it comes into the mixing valve here. And so as you turn on the hot water here, you can put your hand in there, and it's immediately hot. You don't have to waste all of that cold water purging the lines.
And does this require any particular changes in the plumbing for the average RV? Or, I mean, when you install it in an RV that has an existing conventional tank type heater, do they have to add automatic mixing valves or anything in the rest of the plumbing, or do you just install it here and go for it?
The only difference or the only change in the plumbing system for the RV manufacturer is that on the end of the circuit, they'll then plumb in a return line.
Oh, right.
So because of this additional plumbing, the Comfort Plus really is not going to be sold on the aftermarket because it's really an OEM product. But the Basic and the Comfort models will be available on the aftermarket.
Well, obviously your unit looks a lot different than your conventional water heater. And this part over here with the yellow and whatnot, what exactly is this?
Well, Truma is always focusing on innovation. With typical hot water systems, you always have this plug that you have to open up to let the water out, and you have to carry your tools. So we developed, as part of our mixing vessel there, this handle that you open up. I won't do it now because, of course, the system is pressurized. But this folds down, and the handle acts as a trough that the water drains out of. It opens the valve as you release the handle, the water comes out, and the handle trough channels the water away from the side of the vehicle, so you don't get all the rust or water stain marks on the side of the vehicle.
So that essentially is part of the winterizing process then.
Yes.
Because we do have a lot of RVs that go into storage for the winter. So
exactly.
Very good. So you don't have to flush the whole tank with antifreeze or anything like that.
No, in fact, again, with a boiler tank system, a lot of times they'll have a bypass valve, so you don't have to fill a 6 or 16 gallon tank with antifreeze. With ours, you don't have to have the bypass valve because really the system only holds 1.3 liters of water in the system.
Well, this is a really cool little heater product. This is like something that's going to be very popular with serious RVers in this country.
We are very happy to have it here. It's a great product. Thank you.
Thank you much.
You're welcome.
We hope you enjoyed this week's program, and for more information on AquaGO or anything else you saw on the show, along with additional videos and stories, visit us online at rollinontv.com. For the latest up-to-the-minute RV news, visit our media partners at rvbusiness.com. For great recipes and RVing tips, be sure to visit Evan Schmatter at thervcookingshow.com. And now, we'll leave you with a few clips from Louisville. After Hours.